Hello everyone, and welcome to my Big Bold 2.0 channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The disastrous purpose for Taylor's return carries with it exciting bends, and the road aplenty. Taylor's family is dependably happy to see the globe-jogging mother and widely acclaimed psychiatrist land back in Los Angeles. For the most part, she's there to help either of her youngsters, or to take one more cut at rejoining with Edge. Be that as it may, this time, Strong and Delightful is prodding a wind, and we're certain it won't be the one to focus on. Taylor had been off investing energy with Taylor, Paris, and Douglas in France prior to advancing back to relocate to Steffi and Finn's visitor house in Malibu. She burned through no time in connecting with Edge over at Forrester Manifestations and submerging herself in show with Brooke on account of hearing the report about Trust kissing her child in regulation. That particular situation was momentarily sidelined so Steffi could be grabbed by a psychopathic understudy and saved by the legend of the day, her significant other. However, we're in the groove again now, and the shrewd specialist will keep a close eye on over Steffi's family in the midst of accomplishing the work to restore her training. Business as usual, isn't that so? Wrong. The 2024 fall guarantees that this isn't simply one more round of Taylor doing the standard thing. All things considered, there's an at this point obscure uncover behind her return. Intense and Delightful reps told Television Insider that Edge will find Taylor's genuine explanations behind getting back, and they're stunning. Except if the incredibly famous psychiatrist will make an enormous profession change or resign, which we definitely realize isn't correct in light of the fact that she's setting up her training, we can imagine just a single unexpected development that sounds genuinely surprising. Dr. Taylor Hayes is biting the dust and cheating the grave. This fits with her spending a drawn-out measure of value time with Thomas and his family in Paris, and why she laments not investing more energy in Los Angeles, per her discussion with Edge. Taylor, obviously, not set in stone to go out under her own terms, living every day helping individuals and cherishing on her family, so she'll be vexed when Edge uncovers reality. As Dr. Hayes and watchers understand, nobody on Striking and Delightful can leave well enough alone, so Edge will tell Brooke will murmur to her sisters, everybody will begin giving Steffi miserable ganders at work, and in practically no time, the news will be out. As fans are likewise mindful, there's an old cleanser figure of speech that frequently becomes possibly the most important factor when somebody is going to rearrange off this human curl. They have a final request. Furthermore, that final request on this earth ordinarily includes a wedding. Intense and Wonderful's Caroline and Edge ring a bell, as do Stephanie and Eric, who consented to rejoin and marry when their girl Felicia was hanging on by a thread. Youthful and Fretful's Victor unloaded Diane to wed Nikki to satisfy her final request, yet Nikki didn't kick the bucket, and we foresee something almost identical could occur with Taylor and Edge. As a matter of fact, assuming our hunch is right in Taylor's perishing, we'd try and venture to such an extreme as to foresee that Brooke will benevolently ask Edge to wed his ex, to make her fantasy about becoming Mrs. Edge Forrester again materialize, and she can kick the bucket cheerful. Brooke will then anticipate that Taylor should finish her part of the bargain and die, yet as is wont to occur on cleansers, she may phenomenally live on. On the off chance that Steffi's chivalrous hubby Finn steps in with a weighty exploratory treatment as he did with Eric's terminal daytime show illness, while Logan might be stunned to figure out she's hitched her man off to her opponent, and there's unexpectedly no limit to the association in sight. Prepared for another contort? Finn might get a help from Brooke's own personal girl, as Bridget is set to get back to Intense and Lovely sooner rather than later. Obviously, Edge may only find that Taylor has gotten back to Los Angeles to attempt to win him back, yet that couldn't be stunning by any means, presently could it? What do you believe Taylor's explanations behind returning will be? Tell us in the remarks. Brooke Logan's better half, kissing generate trust remnants extension marriage? The Strong and the Delightful watchers are torn on Brooke Logan's, Catherine Kelly Lang, Obligation and Trust Logan's, Annika Noel, Late Way of Behaving, and Kissing Wedded Men. Edge Forrester, Torsten K., starts to see one more side of his better half, and he's not a fan. Is extension in a difficult situation? Continue to peruse to find out. This coming up next on Intense and Lovely, spoilers ahead. The striking and the lovely spoilers. Taylor Hayes gets inside Edge Forrester's head. Taylor Hayes, Rebecca Budig, got back with perfect timing to see her girl Steffi Forrester, Jacqueline McInnes Wood, figure out trust Logan kissed her better half. As all of you know, it didn't turn out well and Steffi turned out to be in an unlucky spot and getting grabbed. However, that is another story. Taylor and Brooke fought for quite a long time over Steffi's dad Edge Forrester, and Taylor knows basically everything there is to know about a Logan lady destroying her marriage. Presently, history is by all accounts rehashing the same thing and it's making Ridge extremely upset watching his little girl go through this with Dr. John Finnegan, leather treater Novlin. Brooke Logan couldn't possibly be at fault on the strong and the wonderful, taking everything into account. In any case, B&B spoilers hint he begins to see an alternate side of Taylor and Brooke's unending quarrel. Taylor and Steffi have consistently kept up with that Brooke took Edge away from his loved ones. Now that Trust is attempting to do likewise, Edge is starting to see his ex's side of things. Furthermore, that is awful information for Brooke. B&B spoilers. Brooke Logan ought to be concerned. The striking and the delightful spoilers hint that Brooke ought to be exceptionally stressed over Taylor nosing about Forrester manifestations and holding with Edge over Steffi's capturing. It's been a long time since Brooke had any contest and her little girl picked the most horrendous chance to misbehave and circumvent kissing wedded men. Do you believe it's inevitable before Edge dumps Brooke for Taylor, once more? Is this the start of the finish of the extension marriage? Brooke Logan should be worried. The bold and the beautiful spoilers hint that Brooke should be very worried about Taylor snooping around Forrester Creations and bonding with Ridge over Steffi's kidnapping. It's been quite a while since Brooke had any competition and her daughter picked the absolute worst time to act up and go around kissing married men. Do you think it's only a matter of time before Ridge dumps Brooke for Taylor, again? Is this the beginning of the end of the bridge marriage? Brooke will then expect Taylor to follow through on her end of the deal and kick the bucket, but as is wont to happen on soaps, she may miraculously live on. If Steffi's heroic hubby Finn steps in with a groundbreaking experimental treatment as he did with Eric's terminal daytime drama disease, while Logan may be horrified to find out she's married her man off to her rival, and there's suddenly no end to the union in sight. Of course, Ridge may merely discover that Taylor has returned to Los Angeles to try and win him back, but that wouldn't be shocking at all, now would it? What do you think Taylor's reasons for returning will be? Let us know in the comments.